Hey, this is René, welcome back for another video on this channel. First of all, Happy New Year. 2025 just started and I hope you will have a great 2025. Also, if we have a look at my performance in the last days, I lost, I don't know, 3,000 to 5,000 euro in the last days trading. So in this video, we will have a look at why I am so bad at trading. So make sure to follow along. And also in this video, I will not only show the performance for the last month, like I do every single month, but of course also since the year is over, I will show the performance for the whole account, for every single strategy, so we can see exactly what strategy made profits overall and what strategy maybe did not make profits.
This video is presented by BM Trading. Learn to code your own expert advisors. Link in the description.
Let's start right into it. So here we can see the last few days were very, very bad. And also if we have a look at the overall balance of the account, I am below what I deposited. I deposited 15,000. Now I'm at 14,600. But and this is the good thing, I already made a withdrawal of 25,000 euro. So overall, there is no need to panic. Not at this point, maybe in 1 or 2 weeks, but at this point, everything is completely fine. The account is super profitable at this point, but I cannot deny that there is a major drawdown right now. So let's have a look at this. Maybe we can do this immediately at my local PC. Here we can see the trade buddy prepared already with the data. So here, this is the overall performance and this is the important graph, I would say, because this does not include any deposits or withdrawals. So here I started with the 50,000 euro, which is the account size that I do trade in this account. So I trade every trade as if it would be a 50,000 euro account. And the only reason that I do not have 50,000 in this account here is because I'm trading leverage products. And in my opinion, it does not really make sense to have 50,000 euro of dead money laying in this account doing nothing, even though I need only a small percentage of this for the margin requirements. So let's have a look at the performance. And here, looking at the performance graph, we can already clearly see, if I hover over the data points here with my cursor, we can see that actually the last month was not really a good month. So we can see, just by looking at the month, there were a lot of trades actually, but overall the performance was not good and the account lost quite a bit. But let's not suggest here, but let's immediately start filtering for the last month. So what I will do is I will show you exactly now how every strategy worked out in the last month. We will have a little bit of analysis and then we will have a look at the overall performance of this year. So let's have a look at the last month, which was December 2024. So let's just go until the start of this year. So if we filter this, we can see this exactly what I tried to show before. We made a loss in the last month and it was not a small loss, but it was also not a super dramatic loss. It always looks huge in my actual account because I only deposited the money for the margin. But if we think about this as a 50,000 euro account, this drawdown becomes very small actually. It's not even 10% and it's pretty much nothing in it's pretty much nothing. I don't know why it says here 11% maximum drawdown. Oh, of course, because it's accounting from the top. Okay, so it's a little bit over 10%, but again, it's not dramatic. If you cannot handle a 10% drawdown in your trading account, then you should not trade at all, of course. So this is the performance of the last month, and let's have a look at the strategies to figure out which strategies were the bad ones. And I'm pretty sure that it is, of course, also we'll find a lot of losses with the go long strategy, which is the strategy where I pretty much just follow the indices. And here we can see already in US 30, we will find pretty much a lot of these losses. We will find 3,000 euro loss already in US 30. So this single market cost me 3,000 euro with this one strategy. If we have a look at the US Tech or Dow Jones, Nasdaq or US 100, however you want to call it, we lost 250, which is not as much actually. So let's go to the German index now. And this one, oh, that's interesting. This one made a profit of 1.4k, which is actually great. So we can summarize, US 30 was very, very bad, US Tech was break even, and D40 was actually profitable. So let's have a look at why it happened like this. So if we, for example, have a look here at the US Tech, and of course here it makes sense to really have a look at the last month. And it is interesting to see how the index was performing in the last month and how the strategy was performing. So we take the first trade of December, so the 1st of December pretty much, and we go here, and overall the index made a profit of 0.19%, which is not a lot, but yeah, it's more or less break even, and it is a good sign in my opinion that the go long strategy was able to also make a small profit. So the profit in percentage terms of my strategy traded on a 50k account, it is very similar to the performance that we saw here in the overall index, and this is good for me personally. This is what I want to see. Also, if I have losses in the index, it is not a problem that I also see it in my account, because that's just the strategy, right? We just follow the index, and if the index loses, of course I also lose in my account. And talking about losses, this is where we have to have a look, of course, at the US 30, the Dow Jones. So here the 2nd of December was the first trading day. So if I start up here, which was pretty much the all-time high, we can see this lost really a lot, 5.6% lost in the index. So it's no surprise that also my my trading account lost a lot. My trading account lost like 6%, which is a little bit more, which is not perfect, but yeah, that's I guess how trading is, but it's not completely off. Like the performance of my trading account, it is similar, I would say, to the performance of the index. And now let's have a look at the German index to have all of these three indices handled by themselves. So this one I expect a small profit here because the trading account also made a small profit. So this is the first day. Yeah, actually the day started a bit earlier also. It started up here, which means that I have to take the performance from somewhere up here, and it made like 1%. So this is interesting because my account actually for some reason outperformed the index. This is maybe because I trade the go long strategy a little bit different here, and I open just at 9 a.m. or 9:05 because I do not want to pay the increased spread over the night. So my go long in D40 was actually able to outperform the market, which is interesting. But yeah, we can see the go long strategy, even though it lost a lot of money, especially in US 30, I mean, it did exactly what is supposed to do. So I cannot really say that this was a bad month. Like in performance terms, of course, it was a bad month because it was losing money. And we can have a look at the go long strategy again for all of the symbols. But still, the strategy, I mean, it kind of did what it should do, and that's a good thing. So let's move to the next strategy. Next strategy is, or let's handle the turnaround Tuesday because we're just talking about the indices. And here in US 30, generated a loss. In US Tech, generated a loss. And in DE40, generated a loss. Oh, wait, sorry. It did not have a trade in D40. So in the turnaround Tuesday, we generated a loss in US 30 and US Tech. So the overall loss with this strategy is 560, which is okay-ish, I would say. There were some profitable days in the beginning of the month, and then I think the last day of the year generated actually quite a bit of losses here, and that's why the overall loss is, of course, also negative for the month, but it's okay. I'm interested to see how the long-term performance looks, but this is what I will show you afterwards. Let's have a look at the range breakout now. I trade this in US 30. So let's have a look at this. Was slightly negative, 120 lost here. In D40, I also traded, and here it was quite negative, 440. That's quite a surprise. Then in USD Japanese yen, the range breakout EA also generated a loss. Not a good month for the strategy actually. In Euro US dollar, generated quite a lot of profit, 500. Interesting. And GBP US dollar was also negative, 370 loss. And let's have a look at gold. I think gold was again profitable the last month. Oh, it was not. Like 190 lost. So pretty much every strategy or every symbol lost with the range breakout EA in the last month, which also added up to the losing net profit of the last month. So 812 euro lost. And this is why, in this account, we can also have a look at the history here. Last month, especially the second half of the last month, it was more or less just red. And here, I mean, many people say that you should not trade during Christmas holidays and until the new year started. But actually, I did some research, and for my strategies, historically speaking, if I just have a look at the backtest, there's not really a significant impact of the Christmas holidays. So it could have also been profitable. Maybe I was just unlucky. But you can decide for yourself if you want to trade during Christmas holidays and in the years between Christmas holidays and New Year's Eve, because there's usually not a lot going on in the markets. So I understand everyone who says he does not trade. But for me, I just trade like every other day, because my tests have shown that there should not be a significant impact if I do this every single year. This year was bad though. So this is what the months looked like. Now, what is actually more interesting for me to see now is how the actual overall performance for every single strategy looked like. So here, of course, we will start with the go long strategy again, and we will start in US 30 or with US 30. And wait, this cannot really be true. I still have the filter here. So let me take this away, and if I filter now for the whole period with the go long strategy in US 30, we can see overall there is a profit of 440, and this is not a very huge profit. Could be higher actually. Let me check when I started trading here. 21st of March. So I think the index was doing a lot better in this period. So let's have a look. So when did I start here? Upsala, this was too much. 21st of March. Yeah, somewhere here. We actually have all of the markers in the chart. And we can see the index was making a lot of profit, actually 7%. And my account is quite dramatically underperforming. It just made 1%. A lot of this is unfortunately due to the fact that I started the signal a little bit differently. In the beginning, I started trading this signal not immediately after midnight, but a little bit later, and this caused a lot of profit in the first half of this performance, I think. So afterwards, it became better, but still, overall, the go long strategy is underperforming, I would say. So let's have a look at US Tech and see if it's also like this here. US Tech made a lot of profit here in my account, like 7,300 roughly. And let's have a look. I started trading this also in March, end of March. Here also it was a little bit different in the beginning, the signal, but here it should turn out positive for the account actually, because I saved some losses in the beginning. So here the account the index made like around 15%, and my go long strategy here made not 50. Oh wait, this is actually pretty spot on, 15% on 50k. So here we are pretty much on track with the strategy. I expected also a little bit more. Maybe I should do some research why it is like this. But here it was able to really mirror the performance of the index pretty much, and this is exactly what the strategy should do. There's not really nothing to this strategy but this. So I only want to mirror the performance of the index. If I can do it, the strategy succeeded. And then we do have the German index. Let me check this also. So here overall in my live trading account, we made 3,100 or 200, which is a little bit more than 6%. So let me check what the index did since March this year. DE. So the index, I think the index made more, but I'm not sure. Let me check this. It's roughly, yeah, it's around 8%, close to 9%. So also here we are lacking behind the index. I mean, it's still good because we made profits here with the expert advisor in a positive market environment, which is exactly what it should do. And yeah, I will just observe this further in the next year. But overall, in all three markets, the go long strategy was of course super profitable. It made a profit of 10,000 euro, and this is yeah, I mean, all of the indices were going up, so this is a perfect year. But also this is, if we have a look at the history, this is like historically verified. So in theory, the markets should go up. I mean, of course, we have longer periods also like this here, where we had a drawdown of 1 year, and then it took 1.5 years more to recover, or there was a 2-year drawdown period. This is, of course, this can happen every time, but since overall I expect the markets to go up with time, and this is what the strategy should then yeah, also mirror in my live trading account. So let's move to the next strategy. Next strategy is the turnaround Tuesday strategy. Let's check it quickly for the symbols. So US 30 made a overall loss of 470. US Tech made a overall profit of 780, and DE40 made a overall profit of 1,300. So if we have a look at the turnaround Tuesday strategy for all of my symbols that I trade, it's still good. It's looking great actually. 1,700 euro profit in Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and the DAX. And yeah, this is great. I will not go into the details here to make this video not extremely long, but it's very good with the turnaround Tuesday strategy. Let's have a look at the range breakout EA. The range breakout EA in US 30 is negative, and it actually never had a positive trend, which is not great. 420 euro lost here. In DE40, it generated a loss of 280. Then we have USD Japanese yen. It generated a profit, a very small actually, of 140. Euro US dollar, it generated a profit of 1,000, which is quite significant. And in GBP US dollar, it generated a loss of 540. So now we come to the actual winner of this account overall. The craziest strategy and symbol combination that I do have right now is gold with the range breakout EA. You can see this strategy made 161 trades, has a crazy profit factor of 1.78 in the last yeah, let's say 8 months. I think it was even only 7 months, and it made a profit of 12,000 euro, which is crazy. And if we have a look at the graph just for this strategy, isolated gold with the range breakout EA, the performance is just insane. I hope that it can go on like this, but it's very unlikely, of course, because this is really a textbook or a yeah, I don't know, a school book performance, what we all want to achieve, but of course we cannot really impact the future performance, so it's very rare that you actually see a performance like this over such a long period of time. But yeah, so if we have the combined performance again for the range breakout EA, including all of the symbols, we can see that there's a profit of actually less than what gold made, but it's still very, very good. 11,900 euro profit, and the graph is very stable. So yeah, now this video is getting long, I know, but at the end of the year or with the beginning of the next year, I really wanted to summarize everything. And I know that many people follow this project, as I really showed it very transparently on the channel. So yeah, what we can see is actually all of the strategies were profitable. I'm totally aware that the go long strategy and the turnaround Tuesday strategy, especially these two, of course, they are highly dependent on the overall markets. So it is no surprise to me that these are profitable. But also it is a positive surprise to me how good actually the range breakout EA performed in gold. Even though it was not good in the currencies, And in the currencies, it was better in the last years. But this year, unfortunately, was not as good in the currencies. But gold really made up for all of the losses in the other symbols. So this is why I decided to trade a portfolio like this. So you have some markets are winning, some markets are losing. And also from my backtests, and I show a lot of these backtests on my channel also, you know already that it is normal for my strategies to have longer drawdown periods, and they can even be as long as multiple months. This is not great. I don't like it, but that's just, in my opinion, how trading is. And that's why overall I like this performance a lot. It's a super successful project for me, and I'm glad that some of you are following along and like to see this. So we can see that on my imaginary 50k account, I made an overall profit of 24,544, and I was able in the meantime to withdraw 25,000 euro of profit, which is a great success to me. And yeah, I hope it can go on like this, but this is what we will have to find out. So yeah, let me know in the comments how your trading year last year was, if you were also so profitable, and if it was also such a good trading year for you. And then in the end, there's nothing left to say, but have a great 2025, and I hope you will have a lot of very profitable and good trades and just a stable trading career in the next year. That's it. I'm out. Have a great time. Bye.